I'm responsible for the global branding and demand generation program for wireless network marketing and solution sales department. So Huawei MBB strategy in general is to empower mobile network operators with the best technical innovations in order to provide best customer experience and multiple plays in terms of valued services to the end user. We also believe that mobile broadband is going to take the role of connecting things the same way as it did for connecting people. That's number two. And number three, I think also another key fact or key aspect about our strategy for MBB is to connect the unconnected people so that MBB will be accessible to everybody. To be honest, connected stadium is at the heart of this strategy because of the massive traffic that is happening there, and also the great opportunity by having all of the customers with thousands and thousands in one place using the network with the best valued services. That will show the value of the technology. We have to understand that these days the telecom industry is experiencing an open ecosystem. So basically the one-on-one relationship between the mobile network operator and the consumer is not there anymore. What we have we have an open ecosystem. So basically the mobile network operators, the vendors, the third-party application suppliers, the big data analytics platforms, cloud service providers, etc. All of those are getting together to provide an integrated solution. So mobile network operator need to be part of this. This is number one. And number two, still the network is the foundation to provide the valued services with the best experience. It is the most important, productive force for the operators. So operators still need to update, to expand, to enhance their pipe so that they are ready to provide ICT services anytime they want for the valued customers. In general, in order to tackle big events and the huge traffic that's coming out of those events, there are a lot of innovations necessary in densifying access to those areas, and the connected stadium is was no exception. So if we talk about the technology itself, a 4.5G and 4G LTE Advanced, they have been so successful in expanding the pipe and providing good connectivity, especially for video So those are a key innovation in terms of the accessibility for those big events and big stadium. The other thing is the small cells. We believe it is very important in order to densify the capacity in there. So for example, we have the LAMP site, which is a combination of Cloud RAN and small cells, which basically provide a very key and a very successful solution for data accessibility inside the spectrum, inside the stadium. The second thing is, if you combine virtualized platform with a small cell, that will make a win-win situation in terms of opening up the network to third-party applications. So that's also another key thing for the innovation in connected stadium. I can mention two examples They are both in Beijing in China. The first one is the Beijing Workers Stadium, and in that stadium we provided LTE LAMP site network solution. And for that, the good thing about this project and the reason I'm mentioning it, I want to emphasize the value of having flexible and agile solution because we started by 10 small cells, and then we expanded those to about 50 small cells just by remote software. So it is very important for those areas to provide this agile solution that's expandable remotely by software change. So that's number one example. Number two example is the Beijing National Stadium, which we call it Bird Nest. So on that stadium, this is actually the stadium that hosted the 2015 Athletic Championship. And we provided the same solution there. And just some data point to tell you how much traffic can be carried out of those events. In one day, there was more than 400 users online on that on one cell, and that carried traffic up to 250 gigabyte. So the key here is to say that the traffic is too much. We have to carry that traffic. Small cells is a very active way to get that traffic, as well as monetizing this by having other component like Service Anchor, for example, that Huawei has. I think the closest one, I would say in 2016, the first couple of months, we will have 4.5G ready, which what 3GPP is calling it LTE Advanced Pro. So 4.5G actually will provide even much better accessibility in terms of the speed and the capacity, which is actually going to be very beneficial in any kind of high density area of traffic. The other thing is another version of our LAMP site is coming out, and on that version it will support multi-operators as well as also multiple spectrum in terms of licensed and unlicensed, so combining them together. It will also provide Wi-Fi and cellular integration. We all know that both are important, so Wi-Fi also is supported by our product. So 4.5G, small, the version 2 of LAMP sites are key innovations that's happening in the mid-term, actually near term. To me, the single best big innovation for connected stadium will come from best cooperation between all parties, all of the stakeholders. You cannot actually provide the good technology to one of the parties like venue's owner or the mobile network operator, and there is no good cooperation model between the stakeholder. So I would say a win-win business plan and business model utilizing this technology will be the key for providing unlimited ICT services for the fans, because at the end of the day, we all working for the fans. So that would be it. So as I mentioned earlier, I will add 2 sentences. As I mentioned earlier, big cities in general, all over the world take up to 80% of the traffic, and stadium are part of it. So if I can describe it by one sentence, I would say it's the single best opportunities for the mobile network operator to brand themselves in the marketplace by providing the best customer service experience as well as the best valued services so that they can keep and retain their seat in the middle of the stage.